Good evening and welcome to the Village Board of Trustees meeting for the Village of Pleasantville. Today is Monday, November 28. If you're watching live on Monday, November 28, we encourage you to call in if you have questions or comments. The call-in number is 769-1677. As always, you can watch us live on Verizon Fios or Cablevision Optimum, and you can also watch on PCTV76.org, either live or on-demand webcast thereafter. So for all of you who are here tonight to be honored, you can pick up a replay of your moment on PCTV76.org if you're so inclined. So our next work session is a week from today, Monday, December 5 at 7 p.m., and our next regular meeting is Monday, December 12 at 8 p.m. with a work session at 7. So I want to welcome you all here. It's one of the happiest nights of the year, and it makes us feel good not only to honor all of you, but to have a big audience for a good reason instead of a contentious one. So let me go to the podium and we will start the evening. Figure that out. It's been a tradition for quite some years in Pleasantville to have an evening in November when we honor the students and kids throughout Pleasantville who help this village in a myriad different ways. We talk a lot over the course of the year about the adults who help us through service on boards and commissions and volunteer groups and the beautification committee, just an unbelievable list of things. We have regular opportunities, although never enough, to honor the men and women who serve in our fire department and in our ambulance corps, but we spend this one night once a year to remind ourselves that there is an extraordinary collection of people in the younger generation who are not only serving this village and beyond in extraordinary ways, helping us here and helping many people far beyond our borders, but also a bunch of people who are both setting a good example for their peers and hopefully will come right back here to Pleasantville, New York when they're finished with whatever it is they're doing to set down roots and become the adults we honor in the future. So annually we send out a letter to the various service organizations and to the ambulance corps and the fire department, to the churches and the synagogue, and inquire about the people who have been a particular help to them in the course of the year. And they send back a list which feels like it gets longer every year. And so we have an opportunity to fill up this room, fill up the jury box. I have one more seat here. If anyone who is standing up has an opportunity to sit in the jury box. Maybe this is training for your future life in civics. But I also want to thank the adult leaders of many of these groups, and Dawn Bartz, the high school principal, is here. Thank you so much for coming. And as we go through each of these groups, if there's a student leader or an adult leader of the group that would like to say something about the activities you've had last year and about the extraordinary service of the people who have been involved, I encourage you to come on up and let the community know a little more about what your various groups do. So with that being said, we'll go through this long list and invite each of the honorees to come on up. We have a certificate for you, and if you can loop your way behind the bench here and shake hands with the rest of the board and be honored for your service, we also have a little something to send you away with, which is not an oversized t-shirt this year. So thank you, Judy Weintraub. So these will become, hotly sought after items, but there's only one way you can get it, and that is to be 18 or less and work pretty hard. So the first group on our list is the education program students who are involved at Holy Innocents, and if there's anyone from Holy Innocents who would like to comment about that, I'd be happy to have you on up. The next group is the Holy Innocents Youth Group. Are you wanting to say a little something about that when the time comes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about now?
Hi, my name's Tom Connolly. I'm the youth minister at Holy Innocents Parish. I'm going to call up three of my leaders because I actually would like them to kind of express what our group is about. So Aileen Collins, Jack Crow, and Sean Howe. These are three of our executive officers, and they'll tell you a little bit about what our youth group does. All right. Okay.
Good evening. My name is Aileen Collins, and this is Jack Crow and Sean Howe. We are the executive officers of the Holy Innocents Youth Group. Tonight, we, as well as our other leaders and our moderator, Mr. Conity, congratulate the members of the youth group who are being recognized for their outstanding service to the community. Their dedication, enthusiasm, and spirit are a true testament to their love for their church community in Pleasantville.
Our group is made up of about 60 high school age students. The members participate in a variety of service activities such as monthly youth masses, visits to the Pleasantville Cottage School, breakfast runs to feed the homeless, Pleasantville Day, and various charity walks. In June, 43 of our teens and 8 adult chaperones traveled to Bayou La Batre, Alabama for a week of service to the hurricane-ravaged community there. In addition to these service trips, as I said, we participate in regular breakfast runs to New York City. One of these was just this Sunday morning. It's really a great experience. We got to interact with many homeless people. We heard about their lives. We told them a little bit about our lives. They got some hot food and clothing, and it really kind of opened all of our eyes to the epidemic of homelessness that's going on in New York City and across the country.
As Jack already mentioned, we traveled to Alabama this past summer, and I think in Alabama we really came together as a group, whether painting houses, working with underprivileged children, or participating in spiritual exercises. The passion and dedication of each person was overwhelming to witness and to be a part of as well. The teens in our group truly represent outstanding service and dedication to those in need. With their heart and energy, they continue to inspire the parishioners of Holy Innocents as well as the Pleasantville community. On behalf of the entire youth group, we would like to thank the village for recognizing our efforts. Thanks.
Why don't you guys stay up here, and then you can greet your peers as they come. We'll start through with a list of the people in the education program. Allison Longo. Congratulations. Make your way around. Aileen Collins. Caitlin Maleska. Good job. Congratulations. Amanda O'Leary. John Horton. Congratulations, John. Thank you. Maggie Sullivan. Eleanor Bentley. And Nicole Guastella. Representative of the youth group is Ain Stapleton. Anya, sorry. So much for my Irish background. Michaela Brown. Matt Diefenbach. Congratulations. Gianni DaCosta. Matthew Fogarty. Congratulations. Jamie Figler. Congratulations. Nicholas Tanner. All right, guilty or innocent? Congratulations, thank you. Gregory Tierney. John Lydon. Congratulations, John. Owen Rita. James Lydon. Kelly Maloney. Caroline Guttridge. Caroline Puglia. Sarah Crimmins. Taylor Forte. Congratulations. Gabrielle Santander. All right, this one, we need Jonathan for this one. That would be Claire Cunningham.
Congratulations.
Maria Howe. Maggie Sullivan. We have lots of repeat visitors.
Congratulations.
Maggie Heideprim. Maggie Kelly. Stephanie Villa. Teresa Sullivan. Aileen Collins. Sean Howe. Jack Crow. Bridget Gilfeather. Rebecca Moore. Congratulations. Alana Engelbrecht. And last but certainly not least in this group, Francesca Trombetta. So congratulations to all of you, and congratulations to you, Tom, and to the extraordinary leadership of the Holy Innocents Youth Group, and to the extraordinary service all you have provided. Thank you so much. I will burden you with those, and we'll see to it that if you want to pick up a knapsack for each of them, you could make sure the people who missed it tonight get what they deserve. All right, thank you. The next group is J-Teen Leadership. Is there anyone from J-Teen that would want to comment, describe what you all do?
Yeah, sure.
The J-Team Leadership Circle has implemented service projects on a monthly basis and have participated in a trip to New Orleans and to Nashville to provide disaster relief work to the victims of that area. We have two tonight. One I know couldn't be here, and they are Catherine Connolly and Jackie Mara. Is Catherine Connolly here tonight? Well, congratulations to both Catherine and to Jacqueline Merrill. And now we have the Pleasantville Girl Scouts. Anybody from the Girl Scouts want to comment? Would that be Aileen Collins again? All right. The Girl Scout nominees have participated in various community service projects and ongoing volunteer work. The work they've done has had a great impact on the special needs communities as well as families in the Pleasantville community, and they have certainly served as a model to their peers in scouting. First on the list, and possibly likely to win tonight's award for most repeat appearances, is Aileen Collins. When you come back, we're going to put you on multiple committees all at the same time. Patricia Garibaldi. Bridget Gilfeather, second run. Jacqueline Mara, I know, couldn't be here tonight. Jillian McKigney. Rebecca Moore. Familiar faces again. Thank you. Samantha Tanner. And last in the Girl Scout category, Rebecca Ashen. The next on our list is the list of young people who participated in the high school's ECHO program, encouraging children to help others. Anybody from ECHO want to describe what you all have been about in the last year? Come on, somebody. There we go. Welcome. Just give me your name.
Hi, my name's Christian Sarro, and this is Mina Zacher. We are the presidents of ECHO.
ECHO is encouraging children to help others, and it's the school's largest community service club with a goal of serving the school and community as a whole. ECHO gives students the opportunity to participate in various events such as blood drives, cleanup days, breast cancer walks, fundraisers such as Locks for Love, coat drives, food drives, and leaf raking. ECHO also has a CISP and VIP program which has been created to provide one-on-one support to any disabled student interested in participating in a community experience such as after-school programs, religious programs, scouting, and sports. In addition, our Mount Pleasant Public Library program has given elementary and middle school children the opportunity to be tutored regardless of ability or disability. I'd like to thank our teacher advisors, Mrs. Steinberg and Mrs. Imperato, for their help and dedication to ECHO.
The first certificate is Mina Zacher. Christian Sarro. Rebecca Moore. Samantha Tanner. Thank you. We're going to have to provide 3-ring notebooks to some of you guys here. Jamie Figler. Michael Gratz. Congratulations, thank you. Samantha Costanza. Rebecca Ashen. Aisha Ali Rahi. Jackie Molnar. Thank you, Jackie. Congratulations. Andrea Koza. Congratulations. Thank you. Marissa Portanova. Congratulations. Alana Engelbarekt. And Eric Berg. Our next group is the Appalachian Service Project students from the Pleasantville Presbyterian Church. Gail, where are you? An annual visit for such an impressive operation. Glad to have you back.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor and the Board of Trustees. My name is Gail Zarek, and I'm a volunteer with the Pleasantville Presbyterian Church. And every year we send a team of youths and adults to Appalachia for a home repair ministry that many of us know as ASP, or the Appalachia Service Project. This is much more than just a trip. We start out looking for an ecumenical group of volunteers, meaning they don't have to belong to the Presbyterian Church. We take basically anyone who wants to serve, starting at the high school level. And this year we've also had increasing numbers of college kids come back, as well as adult volunteers. We start preparing for the mission trip by doing local community service. This year we made some significant home repairs to one of the A-Home houses. A-Home is a local charity. We do fundraising, and the kids also go through a number of skill building, team building, and sensitivity training exercises, so that when we finally do get in those vans and drive down to Appalachia, we can maximize the use of our time. This past summer, we spent a week in Jonesville, Virginia, which is near the Tennessee and Kentucky borders, making significant repairs to 5 homes of people who lived in great need and who came to the ASP mission as their last resort. Most of our volunteers say they want to do this so they can help others, but they end up being transformed by the experience, getting to know these folks who live in Appalachia, getting to work closely with their friends from the community. And I just wanted to thank all of this community for supporting this great mission. I wanted to support the many adults who work behind the scenes to make it possible. And in particular, I wanted to thank our friends who are individuals, organizations, and businesses in Pleasantville for keeping it going. We think of you when we're there, and we so appreciate your support. Thanks for recognizing our kids tonight.
Thank you, Gail. I know from personal experience, being quite familiar with a couple of the adults who have gone on this trip, that the enthusiasm is infectious, the good works are remarkable, and the desire to come back seems to bring them back every year. Really quite a remarkable thing. Your comments about helping people with housing remind me of an opportunity I should mention, since we don't often get such a big group. There are a few apartments in the Pleasantville Gardens condominium project on Manville Road that came into Village ownership back in the 90s through the savings and loan crisis, and they are managed by the Pleasantville Housing Development Fund Corporation as ownership affordable units, and the owner of one of them recently died, and so there is an opportunity, and the deadline is near, for people who qualify to have a home ownership opportunity of a 2-bedroom condominium in Pleasantville Gardens. So if anybody who is interested, I encourage you to look it up. The information and the application information is at www.hd.gov. housingactioncouncil.org, and there's information about the income requirements, the sale price, etc. So housingactioncouncil.org, I encourage you to pass that information on to anybody who you know who might be looking for an opportunity to be able to live or continue to live in Pleasantville and have an opportunity to own a 2-bedroom condo. The deadline for applications is this Friday, December 2. So time is of the essence if you know anyone who might be interested. Back to our list again, the Appalachian Service Project Students Remarkable Group, led off by Eric Berg. Adam Bucheister. Thank you, Adam. Michael Dharmaharaj. How did I do? Close enough? Connor Eichinger. Dylan Garbarini. Stephanie Kraus. Brendan Largy. Jack Lupica. Owen McAndrew. Meg McCarthy. Michael Prohl. Megan Schaub. Evelyn Taco. Jacob Wallace. And Shane Willard. Thank you, Gail. Next on our list is a young man deserving of high praise from the Pleasantville Volunteer Fire Department. Chief, would you like to? Welcome to Chief Bruce LaMonica.
Thank you. I am Bruce LaMonica, Chief of the Fire Department. Our fire department is made up of roughly 80 members of the community. It's an all-volunteer department. We do respond to calls every once in a while, and people still don't know that we are all volunteer. One of the members of our department is Steve Belmont. He's a member of the Junior Corps. He's been a great asset to the department. He's always there to help. And I know next year, early next year, he's looking forward to becoming a senior member when he turns 18. Thank you.
Stephen Belmont. Stephen is a neighbor down the street from me, and I can tell you that he dropped whatever he is doing when that siren goes off, just as the fine men and women from the Volunteer Fire Department do. So extraordinary service, and Stephen, you are not permitted to leave Pleasantville, New York, the rest of your life. Student Visions of Pleasantville is a group involved with the high school and the Chamber of Commerce. Is there someone from Student Visions that would like to talk about what they do? Welcome, sir. back.
Yes.
Visions is a student-run community service club that works with the Board of Education and the Chamber of Commerce in order to bring the community and the school closer together. We cooperate to run events that benefit the local community and abroad. Some of the activities we participate in are Pleasantville Day, the annual play trip, and Pleasantville Cleanup Day. We are also currently raising money for the Smile Train and Heifer International. Both are charities to benefit children in underprivileged countries. I'd like to thank our teacher advisor, Mrs. Puglisi, for all her hard work and dedication.
Student Visions, Cassandra Schwartz. Tom Villa. The aforementioned Mina Zacher. Colette McCullough. Stephanie Villa. Owen Rita. John Lydon. Isabella Schwartz. And Michael Zucker. We have 3 young people recognized as volunteers at the Village of Pleasantville Senior Center Programs and Services. Did anyone want to comment about that? These are all students who volunteered at the Clinton Street Center during the summer months, helping with the nutrition program, setting up the dining room for meals, serving and cleaning up, and spending time individually with seniors. Their service filled a vital need that's covered by adult volunteers during the school year who enjoy a well-deserved break with the good efforts of these 3 young people. Matthew Fogarty. Amy Mackin. And Kimberly O'Keefe. That completes our list. If we have somehow forgotten any one of you, or if you received a certificate that has screwed up your name in some way, I want you to go talk to Judy Weintraub, and we will be happy to fix that. And sincerely apologize if anybody got missed. We really would like to make sure everybody gets a certificate and a knapsack because every one of you has contributed greatly to this village. You continue to do so. As I mentioned at the outset, some of the time we spend sitting in this room is tussling over difficult issues and dealing with groups who differ on one subject or another. This is the night when everybody comes together over something that is inarguably good and makes Pleasantville the place it is. So thank you all so much. Thanks to the parents, thanks to the kids, thanks to the community groups, and thanks to the leadership that exists in the school district and the churches and the volunteer fire department. We are delighted to have you and are better for the service you have provided. Thank you all. Welcome back to the village board meeting. We had a brief intermission as the many young people we just honored in the youth recognition evening and their families filed out. A great experience. Thank you to every one of them. So we're now back with our regular business. I had a few announcements I wanted to make. The first is that we have a Chamber of Commerce sponsored event on Thursday night, which is the lighting of the tree at Manville and Edgewood. and that is taking place at 7 o'clock on Thursday night. So we encourage everybody to come. The middle school chorus will be there providing entertainment, and the Chamber of Commerce, as well as Pace University, will be providing hot chocolate. So come early, come often. That would be Thursday night, this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. Two other things to mention. One, let me just give you a little more information on something I mentioned during the youth recognition segment, and that is that in the 1990s, during the savings and loan crisis, the village came into ownership of 3 condominiums in the Pleasantville Gardens complex on Manville Road, and they were sold to qualifying owners as affordable housing units, and when they become available again, the Pleasantville Housing Development Fund Corporation gets involved, and there is a lottery among qualified buyers for the chance to buy one of those units. So one of them has become available. It's a 2-bedroom condominium unit on Manville Road in the Pleasantville Gardens complex, and the information about the estimated costs, the likely sales price, and the maximum household income that is qualifying can all be found on the website at our partner who assists with this, which is the Housing Action Council. So the website is www.housingactioncouncil.org. So anybody who knows of anyone who might be interested in this affordable 2-bedroom unit is encouraged to go to housingactioncouncil.org and take a look. You can find the information there, and you can download the information about the income and the resale guidelines, as well as information about the apartment itself. But you need to act quickly. The deadline for filing applications is this coming Friday, December 2, and all of those applications will be put in a lottery, and they will be drawn in order on Monday, December 5. So the way that works is that you shouldn't put in an application unless you believe you meet the income requirements, but assuming you think you do, put in your application, and then if your application should be drawn, then the Housing Action Council goes through the process of verifying that you're a qualifying buyer and works its way through the list based on the sequence of applications pulled in a lottery. So housingactioncouncil.org. Invite anybody you might know who's interested in the chance to live in Pleasantville to go and take a look, and we encourage you to put an application if you're so
I want to add to that because there's a lot said about fair and affordable housing being low-income housing, being government housing, and this is the type of housing that we're talking about. This is fair and affordable housing. It's middle income. It's available to anybody. You have to have a certain income to live there. You're not on, assistance or whatever. You have to have an income, and it goes into a lottery. It's not picked by race or anything that has been out there, that the false claims that have been put out there. This is a medium income housing, and we have it available here in Pleasantville already. You don't have to live in Pleasantville. You can live anywhere, but it goes into a lottery, and all of your claims have to be justified. So
right, you can be from Connecticut.
You could be from that foreign country, Connecticut.
Exactly.
And you could be from anywhere in the areas, and it goes into a lottery system. And if you're picked out of the lottery and you qualify, it's a great opportunity. And I just wanted to put to bed some of the...
And I just wanted to say, Mindy, I'm on that committee,
right.
And it's true, it goes to a lottery, but it's a lottery you could stand a chance
right.
of winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
That's
a lot
right.
of people. It's been advertised a lot, but for whatever reason, the number of applicants is fairly low. So if you know someone that needs a 2-bedroom condo for whatever reason, it can't be one person. It has to be sort of more than
right.
has to be a couple or a small family. This is an ideal opportunity to get a residence here in Pleasantville.
They have to pay for it.
It's a purchase.
Right.
It's a purchase.
Again, the information...
But all of
It's
that,
home
all of
ownership.
that,
It's
but
not
all
a
of that-
rental.
All of that is assisted. If you qualify, and they'll make sure you qualify, all of the entire process is assisted by the
Housing Action Council.
Housing Action
Right.
Council. That's right.
So again, it's housingactioncouncil.org. You need to pass that on to anyone who might be interested.
There's
and,
no
and hurry,
stigma here.
because the deadline for applications to be received is Friday, December 2, and that's just the end of this week. So it's also an opportunity to give a shout out to the volunteers who lead the two affordable housing groups in Pleasantville, one of which is the Pleasantville Housing Development Fund Corporation, the other is the Pleasantville Community Housing Development Organization, both sort of garbled acronyms, but those two groups are involved not only in managing the process of these 3 units that we own elsewhere in Pleasantville, but also in managing the residential apartments in Ashburn Hall, which is our senior center at the corner of Wheeler Avenue and Clinton Street. So that has been an extraordinarily good program, and
Since, when did that go up?
about 10 years ago, right?
10 years ago.
Roughly 10 years ago. 24 affordable units. Those are restricted to seniors, and it's been an extraordinary opportunity both for the people who live there and the people who live there have enriched our community in many ways, and they are also a built-in audience for many of the programs that are run downstairs in the village-sponsored Clinton Street Center. So,
And many of the people who worked on those committees were involved in those committees since well
Right.
before this
Oh,
building was
yeah.
even dreamt of. So these are people who have given unbelievably dedicated service over the years.
That's right.
So, talking about all the great things the kids have done tonight now, the work that they've done. I mean, this in particular is a committee that you don't hear much about, and yet
Right.
these people are doing some really good work.
two of them among many. You hesitate to mention anyone because so many people were involved, but Peter Eschweiler, extraordinary Pleasantville resident and planning commissioner of Westchester Emeritus, was the leader of that process, and without him, I think it's fair to say that the Clinton Street Center would never have happened. And close on his heels in service to that project is Gretchen Walsh, who has been involved from the very, very beginning and remains involved as well. So a long list of others.
Which we can't forget,
so-
Brian Scarstedt and the mayor also,
The-
both on it since forever, and County Legislator John Nona as well.
So, again, housingactioncouncil.org for further info. Then the last thing that I had on my list to mention is that you may be aware that there has been an effort around the county and beyond to encourage people to mulch leaves instead of sweeping them out into the gutter for leaf pickup or instead of bagging them. And we still continue to provide the service of picking up leaves in the gutter as we always have. And I know lots of people have small yards that accumulate an extraordinary number of leaves. But it's worth noting that especially a modest number of leaves turn out to benefit your lawn and also benefit the waste stream substantially if you can mulch them in place. If you own or have access to a mulching mower that just chops up those leaves into little pieces and drops them back into the lawn, that is a great service. So I got a mailing that came from our friends in the town of Greenburgh, and particularly led by the Greenburgh Nature Center, and I will just read this one paragraph that is part of their Love 'em and Leave 'em initiative. It says, fall leaves are a valuable resource that homeowners let go to waste by having them blown into piles on the street or raked into bags stacked curbside left for eventual town pickup. Leaf collection, hauling, and disposal is a huge annual cost to every municipality in our tree-lovely county. Too often these curbside leaf piles spread out in the roadway, the bags tip over, leaves are washed into the street, clogging storm drains and making roads dangerous for driving. Additional cost is incurred because these storm drains have to be cleared to avoid flooding. And worse than that, as leaves sit on our streets, the excess nutrients, which are natural compost fertilizer with phosphates and nitrogen, run off the decaying leaves into storm drains and thence into our rivers. As a homeowner, there are options. Whether you pay a lawn care service or do it yourself, the easy and cost-saving answer is to leave them in place by mulching them in place, shredding your leaves where they are on the lawn, using shredded leaves as a winter mulch on landscape beds, collecting shredded leaves into compost piles, or simply leaving your leaves under trees in wooded areas are all examples of using nature's own method of turning old leaves into new soil. So I can report, although I confessed to not being the poster child for a perfect lawn. I am now the poster child for leaf mulching, and it worked out pretty well.
Well, so is the Village of Pleasantville. We're part of the Love 'em and Leave 'em program in the village, and on all of our parks, grounds, and everything else that our crews mow, they have been doing the mulching themselves, so.
And as is true of almost everything we bring up any night, it reminds us of the good service of our Conservation Advisory Committee led by President Helen Muir, who has both been an advocate and a great assistant on many of these subjects, and I know they have advocated this as well. So, anybody else have something to add to the mix? Nope. Farm market continues and will go on, I think, till Saturday, December 17 is the final farm market?
I think so.
December. I'm sorry, December, yes, I misspoke. So, did I say?
Yeah.
At any rate, so what does that mean? I think there are 3 or 4 more weekends when the farm market will be going on.
Oh, really? Okay, so the 7th.
Really? The 7th?
It's usually the second weekend.
Shane is letting us know that it might be as early as the 7th. Bottom
well,
line
actually,
is...
that is the second weekend.
Right. It's still going on now, and when you're down there, you can ask the market manager at the little shed at the edge of the train station to be sure. But still going on now, still great stuff to be had. A lot of those farmers who have served us well during the year suffered greatly during the storms, and anything we can do to help them would be a great benefit. And then I also wanted to mention that our good friends at PCTV and the Pleasantville Chamber of Commerce have put together their annual holiday show. This year, one of the hosts was Melissa Prospero from Prospero Winery, and many of the businesses in the village have participated, and it's really a fun thing to watch, and an opportunity to be reminded of the many goods and services you can buy in Pleasantville, New York. So, as we have said in the past, there's almost no reason ever to go to the web or to leave the friendly confines of Pleasantville, New York to fulfill all your holiday requirements. Fair to say?
Fair to say.
Unplug the internet, go downtown.
Okay.
And with that, how about Resolution 231?
Resolved that the pre-check register dated November 28, 2011, covering check numbers 70952 through 71032, has been reviewed, and they are hereby approved as listed below. The general fund, $1,045,376.67. The miscellaneous fund, $28.62. The water fund, $200,706.56. The capital fund, $28,923.50. For the refuse fund, $103,142.36. For the pool fund, $3,187.72. For the trust and agency fund, $2,800, for a total of $1,384,165.43.
Is there a second?
Second.
Those of you who pay attention to our resolutions will realize we don't usually spend $1.38 million in a 2-week period. And the reason we are doing so this week is that this check register includes the 2 checks to the New York State and local retirement funds managed by the New York State Comptroller's Office, $530,789 for our non-uniformed employees and $529,000 to the uniformed police retirement funds. Those, as you have probably heard in our previous discussions, are contributions based on a percentage of our total payroll, and they are due at this point. We realize a modest savings by paying them now. Also included is an unusually large $115,000 payment to the New York State Employees Health Insurance Fund. So those numbers alone account for about $1.2 million of the $1.384 that we are approving tonight. Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees has reviewed the minutes of the meeting held on Monday, November 14th, and they are hereby approved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Comments or corrections? Judy, we need to add a present X under Skarstad. Aside from that, looks good to me. All in favor?
Aye.
Let me comment that this was the meeting of last week, and one of the things we did was to welcome and appoint a new police officer, Erin Holly, the first woman police officer that we've had in some years, and we are delighted to have her on the force. If you should see her in uniform on the street, please welcome her. Number 233, Jonathan.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby authorizes the village treasurer to reduce the ready-to-serve charge by 2/3 in December 2011. It's on the December 2011 water bills as an adjustment for the March 2011 water bill cycle, and to reduce the ready-to-serve charge by 1/3 on the January 2012 water bills for the April 2011 water bill cycle.
Is there a second?
Second.
That confusing tangle of words simply means that, as many of you may recall, this year we switched to a rolling billing system so that we would be sending out 1/12 of the bills every month instead of 1/4 of the bills every 3 months, and that turns out to be a substantial benefit in terms of the workflow up in the finance office, so that we are having the water bill receipts come in on a monthly basis as a convenient mechanism for cash flow, but it also spreads that work of opening and registering and depositing all those across the entire year. There was a confusion about how the ready-to-serve charge, which is the fixed charge part of your water bill, should be calculated, and as a result, we've determined that two groups of people, those who received water bills in December 2011 and those who received water bills, those who received water bills in March 2011 and April 2011, having their schedule changed, were slightly overcharged, and we will be refunding that to you. You'll see it on your next bill. All in favor? Aye. Motion approved. Brian, 234.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby authorizes the village clerk to notice a public hearing from Monday, December 12, 2011, 8 p.m. prevailing time, 80 Wheeler Avenue, to hear comments as it pertains to a local law amending local law number 10 of 2011 entitled Part-Time Constable, as requested by the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services, as follows. And we are, this is part of the law that discusses I'll read. A newly appointed part-time constable of the village shall enroll in the first available training program offered by the Municipal Police Training Council immediately after his or her appointment. We are removing the following. The failure to enroll and successfully complete any required training program shall result in the disqualification of such person from acting as a part-time constable until such required training program is successfully completed. And we propose to add the following, quote, no person appointed as a peace officer shall exercise the powers of a peace officer unless he or she has received such certification within 12 months of appointment.
Is there a second?
Second.
This is really just a rearrangement of language. Any of you who watch all of our meetings know that we passed a local law that established a constabulary, which in essence created the position of part-time constable to serve as a court attendant. We're required by law to have someone during the justice court hours manage the metal detector and the security aspects of the court, and we have hired two different people on a part-time basis who also provide this service for some other towns, and it turns out to be a cost-effective way to address that problem. We're only paying them for the hours they are here. So we had to establish this new category of part-time constable. The Division of Criminal Justice Services in Albany sent us back a note on November 9 indicating that we needed to adjust the language regarding training as Brian just described. So was there a second?
I was the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Number 235, Steve.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village clerk to notice a public hearing for Monday, December 12th, 2011, 8 p.m. prevailing time, 80 Wheeler Avenue, to hear comments as it pertains to a local law amending Chapter 173 Vehicles and Traffic, 17360 Parking Prohibited at all times as follows. This proposed ordinance essentially replaces a parking prohibited 20 feet north of the middle school driveway on Ashland on the same side of the street, the west side of the street, and replaces that with a restriction for 120 feet north of the middle school driveway, and adds for the same side of the street again, the west side of the street south of the driveway, a 35-foot parking prohibited at all times restriction.
Is there a second?
Second.
So, as Steve indicated, this is notice of a public hearing that will take place in 2 weeks, Monday, December 12th. Anybody who has any comments is welcome to come and comment on a matter of this kind. We typically open and close the public hearing after getting any comments, and unless something substantive comes to the fore, typically vote on the resolution that same night. So it arises based on the advice of the Public Safety Committee. We have a memo from the police chief who indicates that the Public Safety Committee had looked at this issue actually quite some time ago and would like to see this enacted in law. Basically, the problem was that lots of parents were crowding the middle school driveway on Ashland in an effort to wait to pick up their kids, and Public Safety Committee felt, as did a number of kids and parents, that a wider buffer zone was required. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Again, that's a public hearing 2 weeks from today, December 12th. 2:36, Mindy.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby approves the following budget amendment to fund over budget account in the amount of $1,796 from the Music Festival Community Celebrations overtime to Music Festival Community Celebrations overtime.
Is there a second?
Second.
Why are we moving it from one to the other? Well, there are two different codes. Community Celebrations overtime, just a different...
Something's wrong with that description of the account, Judy. I think the account...
I'll have to check.
The account numbers are correct, so can we vote on that to approve it consistent with confirmation that the account codes are correct?
Because it's .400, the budget code that it's being moved to, which is...
It's just the,
All right with that.
just the description.
It went from folk to rock.
Right. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Number 237.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby approves the request from Holy Innocents Church to close the Tompkins Avenue parking lot on Tuesday, November 29th at 2011 at 4 p.m. for a special event.
Is there a second?
Second.
This is an annual event on Tuesday, November 29. That's tomorrow. Holy Innocents is sponsoring their annual Advent Tea for Women and expect about 180 people, and therefore want to close the Tompkins lot. That's the lot at the corner of Tompkins and Manville. It is a good occasion to remind everybody what you may not be aware of, and that is that parking lot is owned by Holy Innocents Church. And they lease it to us for village use for most of the time in exchange for our maintaining the lot. But that, as you will notice from the signs that are posted there, the church maintains control over that lot at times that are important to them for their services. And obviously we are happy in a circumstance like this to give them back their own lot for a special event like this. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. 238.
This is an authorization to file a grant application for a municipal waste reduction recycling project. One of the there are several whereas clauses, but whereas the state of New York provides financial aid for municipal waste reduction and municipal recycling projects, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby state that Mayor Peter Scherer or Village Administrator Patricia Dwyer is directed and authorized to act in connection with the application and to provide such additional information as may be required. 3, that the municipality agrees that it will fund its portion of the cost of said municipal waste reduction and or recycling project. And 4, that the resolution shall take effect immediately.
Is there a second?
Second.
So this is a grant application that would, correct me if I'm wrong, Judy, give us a $20,000 grant with a $10,000 village share to allow us to buy recycling bins that we can put downtown.
To be distributed to, families who
Okay.
have lost theirs, or new families who have moved in who
Okay.
haven't received any.
Thank God, because I've been asking for this for the longest time. I mean, I don't know, I think there's one person on my whole block that has their recycling bin left.
Wait, there are village recycling bins?
Yes, we haven't done this program.
They were originally funded in part
Many
by the
years
Gannett
now.
Reporter
Right.
Dispatch,
Is
now
that
defunct.
those green ones?
Yeah. But I think this also includes some bins that would be on the sidewalk, does it not? Not sure?
I am not sure
All
that
right.
Kathy said
So-
that these were for recycling.
Okay,
bins.
so at any rate, we'll get back to that, but among the responsibilities that we have is obviously to encourage recycling everywhere, not only in the residential waste stream, but also in the public waste stream. And one of the things that we are looking to do as soon as it's realistic to do it is to figure out a way to provide recycling bins in public settings as well, because we are required by law to do it. So stay tuned. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. 239. Steve.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village clerk to notice a public hearing for Monday, December 12, 2011, 8 p.m. to hear comments as it pertains to a local law amending Chapter 185, Section 185-23, planning and light manufacturing as follows. This is a proposed addition to the existing light manufacturing district, the M1 district, and to be added to that district would be a section at the end allowing indoor theaters as item 11, and in addition, for detailed bulk and off-street parking and loading requirements relative to indoor theaters, a reference to Schedule 6 and Schedule 7 respectively of Section 185-36 of this chapter. Section 185, by the way, is the zoning code.
Is there a second?
Second.
This change, as Steve describes, affects the M1 zone, and that's our planned light manufacturing zone. And there are really two areas where it exists. One is the area between the railroad tracks and Tompkins Avenue, starting where Scarborough and Tweed is, and running down to the end near the Sunnyside Railroad tracks. The other section is a piece of Marble Avenue where, for example, the back section of the MLA property and the area back on Castleton Street. So what this would permit is to include in the list of permitted uses a theater. The reason it came up is that we have two local drama groups, one Little Village Playhouse, which is a not-for-profit doing theater for kids and young people, which operates in the basement of the building on Marble Avenue next to the post office, and also the Chappaqua Drama Group, which has for many years provided dramatic presentations at Chappaqua, and then went moribund when their theater was sold. Those two groups have combined together to create an entity called Arc Stages, and they seek to lease a big piece of one of the metal warehouses that is right adjacent to Scarborough and Tweed. If you continue down Wheeler Avenue past Lucy's and go straight through the Great Gate, you run into this building. So that's in the M1 district. They propose to have a theater there, and in order to make that possible, we need the zoning change. It was referred quite some time back to the Pleasantville Planning Commission as is required, and the excerpt from the Planning Commission minutes indicate that the commissioners were generally in favor of including theaters as a use in the M1 zone. So we will have a public hearing on it Monday the 12th, 2 weeks from today, and likely vote on it the same night, barring any new information that might be brought to the table during the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Anything else? New business? Further announcements? Congratulations once again to the very long list of young people who were here tonight to be honored. Let me add one name to that list, and that is Catherine Fawnin, a distinguished young person in Pleasantville who is also a member of the Holy Innocents Youth Group and who was inadvertently left off that list, but deserves to be honored as well, and we'll be sending her off a certificate as well as a backpack. And while we're at it, congratulations for her earning a lead role in Pleasantville High School's forthcoming March performances of Beauty and the Beast. So remember again, the tree lighting taking place on Thursday of this week, December 1 at 7 p.m. That's at the Tree Island on Manville Road, adjacent to Edgewood. Chamber of Commerce and Pace University helping us with that. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time and attention, and once again, thanks to all those students we honored tonight. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night.
Good night.